Okay, this is William Paterson, Piano 2. This is the third video, and this video is going to encompass January 28th and February 2nd. January 28th and February 2nd. So let's look at each one. On January 28th, you will have a test on the etude. That's that test coming up. I'm going to begin with you now the Essential book, Essential Keyboard Repertoire. I gave you all the textbook information weeks and weeks ago so that there couldn't be anybody without a textbook. So you have to have this. If you don't have it, find somebody who does and take a picture of all the things coming up. Whatever you want to do, find it online. But not having it won't be an excuse. So you have to do it. So this is our first piece of repertoire. It's called a minuet. Minuet is a dance in 3/4 time. So is a waltz, usually slower. A waltz kind of has a waltz feel like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Minuet is a little bit shyer, a little more dainty, a little more graceful. Kind of, you can see the revolutionary times with the men with the wigs and the women with the crinoline gowns and so on and so forth. Much more distinguished. The waltz was a different era. So minuet's always in 3/4 time, always, always, always. And it's by Leopold Mozart, who's not the Mozart you know, Wolfgang Amadeus. This was his father. So his daddy was the first Mozart, and he wrote things that got kind of overshadowed because his son was such a great, great composer. But he wrote a lot of nice things, and this is one of them. And this one here is from the notebook for Wolfgang. He wrote this for his son when he was learning. You know, Mozart was 5 years old. He was composing this stuff already. His father was a dad's age, and he was just composing. So Mozart just went past everybody. He was amazing. And Andante, of course, is slow. So it's a slow minuet. The melody, you're in the key of F. Now, don't worry about finger positions anymore. You've got to read notes at this point. So the notes are, you're in the key of F, key of F. F, C, C, C. And the first thing I want to stress is slurs. First two notes. It's not this. It's down, your arm drops into the F, and at the last minute, on the way up, takes the C with it. If you look really carefully, my finger is almost going to be inverted into that. Watch. And the reason for that is so you can't play loud. You don't want this. That's not a slur. It's down with your arm. You just drop it. You drop your arm, and on the way up at the last minute, very last second, you take the C with it. So it sounds like this. And here's the way this will sound. So slowly, it's F, C, C, C. A, C, F, D, D, D. B flat, D, F. A and C together. A, C. Fourth finger, just like scales, you put your fourth finger on a B flat. Now, the left hand is F and A. If you play all those notes together, you'll find you're playing an F major chord. In the third and fourth measures, you'll find you're playing B flat, D, F. That's a B flat chord, the 4 chord. So it's F chord, B flat, don't forget B flat. This is also B flat, F major again, then your cadence. The cadence means the ending of a period, the ending of a phrase, the ending of a section. So your left hand's got to learn this. Right? So those two lines sound like this. Very dainty, very gracefully. It repeats, but we won't do that now. Now the third line is the B part. That was the A. That's A. Here's the B. The C stays here. It's a pedal point. Pedal point is a common note. It stays put. It doesn't move around, no matter what the chord is. Wouldn't matter what the chord is. That C is there just to pull you and ground you. So the right hand is G. It starts to go, we're in the key of C now all of a sudden. G, G, E, F, D, E, G, C. That's a C chord. So you set yourself up in a C position. And it repeats. So it sounds like this. Very, very, it's just gravity. It's just pulling you to it. And then it's soft. And it's the same thing as the second line. So there's really only 3 lines to this. It's only 2 lines to it. The first line is very much the same as the second and the fourth. And the third is different. It's the easiest line, actually. So here's the whole thing. Get rid of the left hand on these rests. Staccato, staccato. Beautiful little piece, very famous, by the way. You'll hear it and see it many times in your life. So that's the page 23, and that'll be for the 28th and February 2nd. So you'll have 2 classes to work on that, and you should be able to do that. You'll finish the topsy-turvy, which we will have done already several classes. So that's easy. So we won't go over that. We also did page 63. I think that will be done at this point. Page 63, yes. So you'll finish it on this day because that was the lesson from January 28th. And now, in the Harima book, page 66. Page 66 in the Harima book. It's called strolling, strolling, strolling. You're going to put your fingers in a 5-finger position. You're getting all sorts of things now. You're getting 5-finger positions, moving positions, scale-like passages, arpeggio-like passages, the scale sheet. You have a million things going on, but by the time you finish piano 2, you're ready for anything. So, in your right hand, you're in A major. Cover the notes. That's all there is to it. And it sounds like this. It's almost syncopated feel. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Same thing. Third line is the same as the second line. Same thing here. Very syncopated, and the left hand you'll see gets a little difficult. But the left hand here is easy. You put your thumb on A, E is 4, G sharp. Don't forget you're playing in 3 sharps, the key of A, F, C, and G sharp. So A for 3 beats, E, G sharp, and A. This time, it's A down to D. Together it sounds like this. These are all suspensions. Maybe you've had suspensions in your theory class. When you have a note that's hung over to the next chord, it becomes part of the next chord. It's still from the last chord, though. Setting up lots of dissonances and resolutions. Now we're on the third line. Look at the left hand. Well, while the right hand continues its little strolling, I guess, the left hand is A, E, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, F sharp. I'm on the third line. Then comes a G sharp. Don't forget your sharps. E, A. As musicians, you can make mistakes on notes, fingerings, rhythms, but don't ever put your fingers and play the wrong key signature. So if you play A, E, A, G natural, F natural, that's not good. So that's the only thing that's frowned down upon. As a musician, you've got to know the key you're in. A major. So the left hand, third line. Now the G becomes natural. By a G natural, it's putting you in the key of D for a second. It's taking the A major out of play because there's no G sharp. But it comes right back to it. So here's the last two lines. It's a very interesting piece. You're going to have to practice this one more than the others. This isn't quite as easy. So that's the only thing, I believe, for those two. The minuet, yes. Now, so you had the essential, the solo. Now we're going to start, I believe, Tocatina. Yeah, on the second, now on the 28th you'll finish Topsy-Turvy. And on the second we start Tocatina. T-O-C-C-A-T-I-N-A. It was mailed to you. It's in individual sheets. I'm going to go through the whole thing with you. And that's going to be actually for the week after that as well. And then there will be a test on Tocatina February 9th. So this is Tocatina. Let me see if this is exactly what we want. Yeah, Tocatina February 2nd. And the 4th, right. Okay. And then ultimately you have a test on it on the 9th. Okay. So Tocatina, tocar is to sing, to play, to make music, right? So it's always a fun piece when you play something that's a tocatina or a toccata. Any of those things are just fun to play, and they're always fast. You're not going to play. You're not going to play the actual tempo. You're going to just play 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll be happy. So left hand, fifths. Move down to C at measure 5. Measure 9, D. Then at measure 13, it's all A's. All A's until it ends at fine, D. Now, the next part, fifths. G, D, G, D, G, F. F, C, F, C, F. G, D, G, D, G, all A's. A. Then it says D, C, al fine. That means go back to the beginning until you hit the second page, last measure on the first line, it says fine. So this isn't just 2 pages, it's 3 pages, and you end on the 4th page, which would be the 4th page, at fine. So, D and A, measure 5, C and G. Measure 9, D and A. Measure 13 to the fine, all A's. And on D. After the fine, on the second page, G, D, G, D, G, F. G. All A's. That's it. Very simple. Now, the fingerings here are purposeful. They're not the fingerings you would use normally, but they want to get you to hop around on the keyboard. So look at the very first measure, D and F. Now, normally you would play 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4. They want you to play all 1, 3. So the first line sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. Then you move down 1. D and F. Then all D and F. C sharp and E, I want you to use 2 and 4. That's measure 15. 1, 3 on measure 13. 2, 4 on measure 15. So when you see D and F, it's 1, 3, C sharp, E, 2 and 4. And then when you continue after the fine on the second page, second line, it says subito, suddenly soft, G and B flat. You'll find that's all the big G minor chord. The next line's F major chord. Back to G minor chord. Then all A's. And then you go back to the beginning. I'm going to play the whole thing for you. Follow it, get an idea. I won't play it fast. All staccato. Then the next part, you're not going to stop, of course, G minor. Something different, rhythm, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. All A's, crescendo, crescendo, and you go back to the beginning. So that's what it is. Fun piece. Very easy piece. You shouldn't have any trouble with this at all. Now for the scales, on the 28th, we begin the E flat scale, I believe. 28th, begin on the keyboard. Yeah, you will have finished on the 28th, the D flat major and C sharp minor scales. But on February 2nd, we start the E flat scales. And that's it. So let's look at the E flat scale. So we're on the second page after D flat, page 6. No? Apologize. These are all stuck together. All right, here it is. This is page 5. Page 5 in your scale sheet, it says E flat major on top. So E flat major, 3 flats. B, E, and A. Those are your 3 flats. Okay. So it's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 1, 2, 3. Notice 4 plays on B flat as much as possible. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Left hand is 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. You'll notice that coming back on the E flat scale is 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going up, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mirror images. Right hand going down, it's the same as the left hand going up, and vice versa. So, you have nothing to hang your hat on here because they're all different fingerings. None of them match until here. E flat. You have to have E flat, both third fingers. I notice when I meet with students, a lot of people do this. They'll play 3, 1, and then they'll play 3. They skip fingers. You can't skip a finger. You'll never see 2, 4, or 3, 5, or if it's uncomfortable, it's wrong. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3. 2 octaves. So you'll practice that. Now, the fingering for the E flat major arpeggio, measure 165, is exactly the same as D flat. You already played D flat now. D flat was 4, 1, 2, 4. 4, 1, 2, 4. Well, E flat is 4, 1, 2, 4. 4, 1, 2. A flat's going to be 4, 1, 2, 4. B flat's going to be 4, 1, 2. They're all the same. So E flat, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2. The left hand is mirror image, 2, 1, 4. Instead of 4, 1, 2, 2, 1, 4. 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4. Okay? The fingerings are there, just follow them. This will be easy because you played the D flat. Now, let's do all the E flat chords. I'm in the middle of the second line, 165, 6, 7, 8. Measure 168. E flat major. Flat the third, E flat minor. Flat the fifth, E flat diminished. Raise the fifth, E flat augmented. Nothing's changed, it's all the same. Now you take your E flat chord, E flat, G, B flat, you add your C, make it a 6. Lower the third, get E flat minor 6. E flat major 7. E flat 7. E flat minor 7, flat the third. E flat minor 7, flat 5. Half diminished 7 for those who know what that is. Lower the D flat, fully D flat diminished, E flat diminished 7. Okay. You'll practice that. Now, the E flat minor right hand is exactly the same as the left hand. So you have 6 flats here, B, E, A, D, G, C. Everything's flat but F. So you play every note except C is flat here, but F is natural. Raise the 7, normally, but don't forget to raise the 7 to make it a harmonic minor. So it's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Just like E flat major, minor. Exact same thing. No problems at all. Left hand's different, very unique. It's 2, and the fingerings are here. For those students who are looking at their fingers when they're trying to figure out scales, you're making the hugest mistake you can make. Look at those notes, look at the fingerings. You can't make a mistake if you look at the notes in the fingering. It's E flat is 2, 1 is F, 4 is G flat, 3 is A flat, 2 B flat, C flat, 1, and then D is 3, and it's a very uncomfortable scale. This is tough. Playing piano a long, long, long time, and I'd rather not see that scale in 3 or 4 octaves in the piece of music I'm playing. I can play it, but I'd rather not. Then you put them together. Thumbs meet on F. Thumbs meet on C flat. So that's the way of practicing, knowing what fingers meet. Check yourself that way. And finally, I want to look at the E flat minor arpeggio 178. Very, very different than anything you've done. The fingerings are exactly like C major. 1, 2, 3, 5. But now you're on these skinny little black keys. You have to feel it. Always cover the keys. Don't play here a note and then another note and another note. Cover the keys. So E flat minor is exactly like C, D, E, F. They're all the same. But they're skinny keys and you could slip. So don't slip. Now left hand is the same as C major also, 5, 4, 2, 1. But it's on E flat. The hardest part of the scale is when you want your right hand to cross over to that E flat, it's a million miles away. It's so far. But not, don't go jumping around. Reach. And you got to do these things over and over. Just have to do them over and over and over again until the fingers know where to go. And that's the whole E flat suite now. So you'll have finished at this point all of D flat major, C sharp minor. Now you'll spend at least 2 classes on E flat major, E flat minor. Got to practice a lot. These things are not going to happen by themselves. So have a good week. I'll see you in class.